Hi, my name is Kaitlin Weller, and I'll be presenting my analysis on the company I work for, Thermo Fisher Scientific. I currently work for Thermo Fisher Scientific, which provides solutions for companies in various industries, including science, research, and biotechnology. The company consists of 7 brands, which operate as offering unique products and services to customers. I work for the PPD division of the company, which provides clinical research support and solutions to customers. The company had an annual revenue of over $40 billion. Thermo Fisher Scientific is headquartered in Massachusetts with offices throughout the United States and the world. As of December 2023, the company had 122,000 employees. The company saw a large increase in employees during the COVID-19 pandemic and the acquisition of businesses throughout the years. Moving on to the external environment. Thermo Fisher operates in the global life sciences industry. This is a large industry. Thermo Fisher alone had annual revenues of over $40 billion, and there are numerous companies in this sector with the same size as we are, including Johnson & Johnson, Merck, AstraZeneca. There are also some key players in this industry, including Icon and Equiva. The COVID-19 pandemic was obviously a large trend for companies in this industry from 2020 to 2022, but trends have shifted elsewhere. Since we offer solutions that can be utilized in a number of different ways, the way we market and sell our products really shifts to meet the needs of our customers. Our closest rivals include Abbott, Danaher, and Medtronic. These companies work in the same industry as Thermo Fisher and offer similar products and services. Abbott defines their purpose as to make the world a better place by bringing life-changing health technologies to the people who need them. Medtronic's mission is inspiring the extraordinary by engineering solutions for the world's most challenging conditions. And Danaher defines themselves as a leading global science and diagnostics innovator, committed to accelerating the power of science and technology to improve human health. Through these mission statements and definitions, we can see that these companies are very similar to Thermo Fisher Scientific. I think there are a number of driving forces that can change the global life sciences industry. We saw a large change in the industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. Anytime a new illness is found, companies are going to work to find solutions for it, and that drives change in the industry from all sides. Also, federal regulations could change the industry. If more stringent regulations are put in place, this could impact the way that companies respond. For Thermo Fisher, the force that I believe exerts the most pressure is rivalry among existing competitors. I believe this to be the case as there are a number of powerful companies in the industry that are competing with Thermo Fisher and getting larger and gaining more market share. However, Thermo Fisher Scientific has worked to relieve this pressure by continuing to extend their offerings. As I mentioned, I work for PPD, which is a contract research organization that was acquired by the company. Prior to that acquisition, Thermo Fisher was not working in this space, and instead of installing their own CRO, they acquired a company that was already established and successful. The global life science sector outlook is strong. CBRE forecasted that the total life sciences lab and research and development space may increase by more than 20% over the next 2 years. The growth of the sector really boomed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, we've seen less growth over the past few years, but the market is still strong. Unfortunately, viruses and illnesses are always going to exist in our world, and companies are always going to try to find solutions to help people live healthier and better lives. So moving on to the internal environment. For our mission statement, Thermo Fisher's mission is to enable our customers to make the world healthier, cleaner, and safer. And they work to accomplish that by providing cutting-edge technologies and services that are the result of significant investment in research and development. Thermo Fisher Scientific's values consist of what they call the 4I values. Thermo Fisher's 4I values of integrity, intensity, innovation, and involvement make up our culture and guide our colleagues' interactions with customers, suppliers, partners, and each other. This mission and vision statement are similar to other companies in the industry. Every company is working to provide solutions for their customers to help them solve the latest problems. But Thermo Fisher is actually living these values, and they integrate them into every aspect of the business. So I'm going to move on to a different slide just to show you the past performance, and then I'll go back. So over the last 5 years, Thermo Fisher Scientific has performed well. In the 2023 annual report, the company stated that a strong track record of performance is what they've had. Starting in 2019, the company's revenue was $25.54 billion. Earnings per share were $19.17 for GAAP and $12.35 for adjusted. In 2020, the company's revenue was $32.22 billion. Earnings per share were $15.96 for GAAP and $19.55 for adjusted. In 2021, the company's revenue was $39.21 billion. Earnings per share was $19.46 for GAAP and $25.13 for adjusted EPS. In 2022, the company's revenue was $44.92 billion. Earnings per share were $17.63 for GAAP and $23.24 for adjusted. And finally, last year, the company revenue was $42.86 billion. Earnings per share was $15.46 for GAAP and $21.55 for adjusted. The earnings per share were the highest in 2021, which makes sense given the increased business as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, revenue has actually been steadily increasing over the past 5 years in total, which you can see through this graph, and the company has continued to meet their performance goals. So moving back on, next is the SWOT analysis. For the strength, one of Thermo Fisher's greatest strengths is the company's offerings through their 7 brands. The company offers a variety of products and services that help businesses in different industries with different needs. This has been the result of smart acquisitions and is not something that every competitor has. We are also able to be a one-stop shop for our customers, allowing them to get everything they need for their services directly from us. A weakness, I said, is rivalry among competitors. As I mentioned previously, there are a number of large competitors in the industry. These companies are able to offer similar products and services, which means they're able to gain market share and customers, which takes away potential revenue from Thermo Fisher. For an opportunity, I said Thermo Fisher, although one of the leading companies in the industry, that provides us with the opportunity to build relationships and strategic alliances with other companies, which can lead to future further innovations. And lastly, a threat. There are many threats that face companies in the global life science industry, including economic downturns, federal regulations, FDA approvals. Although Thermo Fisher is at risk of these threats, every company in the industry is facing these same risks. So for the core competency, a core competency sets a company apart from its competitors. And I believe Thermo Fisher's core competency is their 7 brands. This because they offer specific solutions for customers. Each brand offers something that the others do not, which allows them to help customers who would otherwise go to a company for maybe a specific solution. As I mentioned, working for the PPD brand, we offer CRO solutions to customers. This brand offers Thermo Fisher competitive advantage that other companies aren't able to offer. Some have to go and outsource these services to other companies. Thermo Fisher utilizes value drivers, including product features and customer service. As I mentioned earlier, the company continues to offer products and services that our customers need. They acquire businesses and create new products to try and meet the needs of customers around the world. When the pandemic began, the company quickly shifted to design new products that companies needed for their research and development. The company also created a refrigeration unit for vaccines. We also have a strong focus on customer service. Customers can contact the company by phone, email, review the FAQs, get help with their account, and manage their order directly from our website. This provides customers with a large level of service that is not offered from every company within this industry. I believe that the company has done a good job utilizing these value chain activities to gain a competitive advantage. If I had to recommend anything, I would recommend they continue to make these activities a focus and check them regularly to ensure that any changes that need to be made can be done so. Okay. So for competitive strategy, I would say that Thermo Fisher Scientific is pursuing the differentiation strategy. The company tries to differentiate themselves from competitors in the market, and that impacts the way that the company markets itself, its products, its services, advertising itself as a one-stop shop for customers. Additionally, that has also impacted the way that the company has expanded. The company continually works to find ways to perform better than our competitors and provide customers with the best products, services, and customer service. Speaking of expanding, the company has grown their business in a number of different ways. First, the acquisition of successful companies that have added value. These acquisitions have opened up the company to new markets and revenue streams. Additionally, the company attends a variety of trade shows throughout the year, showcasing our products and services to new and existing customers. This has worked well for the company because we're able to actually meet people and show off our products and help them understand what really makes them unique and why they should choose us over our competitors. Um, I said that Thermo Fisher pursues both a product and geographic diversification strategy, meaning we follow a product market diversification strategy. We're active in several different product markets, selling a variety of products and services to a variety of companies. We are also active in several different countries, selling our products in the Americas, Asia, and Europe. I believe overall this diversification strategy works best for our company. It allows us to expand to meet the needs of our current and future customers. It helps us maintain our market share within our industry and competitive advantage over our competitors. Thermo Fisher is based in the United States with facilities around the world. The company started in the United States as two separate companies, Thermo Electron and Fisher Scientific. They continued to grow by acquiring companies in the United States. The company began exporting products overseas, eventually deciding that it would be better to begin establishing their presence in physical buildings in the markets in which they operate. They've since expanded into the Americas, Europe, and Asia, establishing manufacturing facilities and offices. I would say the company has used a transactional globalization strategy, and as a result, they are able to provide better service to customers worldwide. The company structure is a typical functional structure. We have a CEO who oversees the entire company. The company is divided into different departments, including each brand and administrative departments. Each department has their own leader, and the leader reports to the CEO. When we operate in foreign markets, it's handled within each specific division. There are strengths and weaknesses for this type of structure. For Thermo Fisher, a strength is that the company acts as one unit. It helps us keep everything aligned and allows us to better understand what the other departments are doing. A weakness is that the CEO has a lot to focus on, leading each division, so he does not always have time to focus individually on each of us throughout the year, and it can sometimes slow down our processes. Thermo Fisher Scientific has a code of business and ethics. Within the code is environmental protection, child labor, forced labor, discrimination, responsible sourcing, monitoring and compliance, compliance with laws and regulations, and internal policies on slavery and human trafficking. The company lives by these guidelines and holds their employees, suppliers, and partners to the same standards. Thermo Fisher Scientific also has a human resource policy that details what employees can expect from the organization and what standards the organization holds themselves to. After reviewing it, I do believe that it supports the company strategy. The policy covers a number of topics that are covered in a number of areas within the company, including the codes of conduct I mentioned, the 4I values, the mission statement that we've implemented. This all outlines the way the company wants to do business. It ties into the mission and vision of the company as well as the ethical code established. This is the expectation for all employees, partners, suppliers, and leaders within the company. Lastly, the company's CEO is Mark Casper. I would identify his leadership style as an effective leader. An effective leader presents a compelling vision and mission to guide groups towards superior performance. He presents the organization with our goals, helping us to achieve our performance goals. He ensures that we maintain the vision and mission of the company through our work. He's helped us reach superior performance in the right ways. He holds himself to the same standards. I believe this leadership style works for our company. We need a leader who can help us remember our vision and mission in our work in order to achieve our goals. We're lucky to have additional leaders throughout the organization that are able to provide the organization with more specific knowledge. But as far as the CEO, I think this is exactly what Thermo Fisher needs. And these are my references. Thank you so much.